Hi friends, this is Shubhankar Saha welcoming you to my channel Latest Technologies, where I give you informations about the advancement of technologies in the world. Most of my videos would be India centric only, and today I am going to discuss about Gaganyaan, India's first ambitious human flight mission to the space. So let's start. Space exploration is the use of astronomy and space technology to explore outer space. While the study of space is carried out mainly by astronomers and telescopes, its physical exploration is conducted both by unmanned robotic space probes and human space flights. While the observation of objects in space, known as astronomy, predates reliable recorded history, it was the development of large and relatively efficient rockets during the mid 20th centuries that allowed physical space exploration to become a reality. Common rationales for exploring space, including advancing scientific research, national prestige, uniting different nations, ensuring the future survival of humanity, and developing military and strategic advantages against other countries. Space exploration was driven by a space race between the Soviet Union and the United States. The launch of the first human made object to Earth orbit, the Soviet Union's Sputnik 1, on 4th October 1957. The Soviet space program achieved many of the first milestones, including the first living being in orbit in 1957, the first human spaceflight in 1961, and we all know the first human to space Yuri Gagarin, the first spacewalk by Alexei Leonov on 18th March 1965, the first automatic landing on another celestial body in 1966, the first moon landing by the American Apollo 11 mission on 20th July 1969 are often taken as landmarks for the initial period, and the launch of the first space station Salyut 1 in 1971. After the first 20 years of exploration, focus shifted from one-off flights to renewable hardwares, such as the Space Shuttle program, and from competition to cooperation as with the International Space Station, we can see. India made many advancements in the space technologies. ISRO's commercial arm Antarix have become a big player in satellite launch businesses. India only proved presence of water in moon through Chandrayaan 1, and India's Mars probe is sending many unexplored information of Mars continuously. Still, India has to achieve many things to be at par with its counterparts. A space race would be inevitable to exploit the space and resources of other planets, and those countries whose presence would be there by the time, they will dominate for sure and benefit out of it. So India wants to have footprints of Indian astronauts in space subsequently to other planets. So India mooted the idea of Gaganyaan in 2004. Gaganyaan, it is actually a Sanskrit word. It means sky vehicle. It is an Indian crewed orbital spacecraft for Indian human spaceflight program. The plan was to design a simple capsule with an endurance of about a week in space, a capacity of 2 astronauts, and a splashdown landing after re-entry. Now you would be thinking that what does it mean by splashdown? Splashdown is the method of landing a spacecraft by parachute in a body of water. It was used by crewed American spacecraft prior to the Space Shuttle program. The design was finalized by March 2008 and was submitted to the Government of India for funding. The funding for the Indian Human Spaceflight Program was sanctioned in February 2009. Initially, the first uncrewed flight of the orbital vehicle was proposed to be in 2013. Then it was revised to 2016. ISRO is developing the Gaganyaan orbital vehicle on the tests performed with their scaled 550 kg space capsule recovery experiment (SRE), which was launched and recovered in January 2007. The latest push for the Indian human spaceflight program took place in 2017, and it was accepted and formally announced by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 15th August 2018. In December 2018, the government approved further rupees 224 billions for a 7-day crewed flight of 3 astronauts to take place by 2021. The current design calls for a crew of 3. ISRO will perform 4 biological and 2 physical science experiments related to microgravity during the Gaganyaan Mission. The spacecraft is being designed to carry 3 people, and a planned upgraded version will be equipped with rendezvous and docking capability. In its maiden crewed mission, ISRO's largely autonomous 3.7-ton capsule, as the weight of the capsule is 3.7 ton, so we cannot use our trusted space horse PSLV polar satellite launch vehicle, as it can carry maximum up to 1.75 tons. I will prepare separate videos for GSLV and PSLV later for you guys. Okay. Gaganyaan would be smaller in size than the current Russian Soyuz, Chinese Shenzhou, NASA's planned Orion spacecraft. While formal agreements are not yet in place, ISRO will collaborate with the Indian Air Force and its Institute of Aerospace Medicine, Bengaluru, to train astronauts. The astronauts on the human space mission Gaganyaan are Indian Air Force pilots whose training is going on in Russia. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited HAL manufactured crew module. It had its first uncrewed experimental flight on 18th December 2014. By May 2019, design of the crew module has been completed. Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO will provide support for critical human-centric systems and technologies like space-grade food. In space, cooking and preparation of normal food is not possible. So DRDO prepared special foods for astronauts, as DRDO is already having experience of preparing high-energy, long-lasting ready-made foods for Army. DRDO developed technologies for crew healthcare. As you know, in space there is no gravitational force, so crews may face many new health problems. So special medicines are prepared. Radiation measurement and protection, parachutes for the safe recovery of the crew module. At the time of re-entry to Earth atmosphere and to land properly on Earth, these systems would be required. There would be fire suppression system also in the capsule. In case any internal fire happened inside the capsule, then automatic fire detection and means of suppression system should be there. Human Spaceflight Center HSFC was inaugurated in January 2019 under ISRO to coordinate Indian human spaceflight program and will be responsible for the implementation of Gaganyaan project. It will be involved in all the end-to-end mission planning, development of engineering systems for crew survival in the space, crew selection and training, and also pursue activities for sustained human spaceflight missions. Human Spaceflight Center will take support of the existing ISRO centers to implement the first development flight of Gaganyaan under Human Space Program. Currently, human space flight work is split across various centers such as Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Thiruvananthapuram and the U.R. Rao Satellite Center in Bengaluru. Recently, ISRO has proposed a consolidated human space flight center which will be established at Challakere, Karnataka. It will help India in the long run, as currently India has to pay large sums of money for training and using such facilities in foreign countries. ISRO has signed a pact with the Russian firm Globkosmos to select and train astronauts for the country's Gaganyaan project. ISRO will receive assistance from the French space agency CNES in terms of expertise in various fields including space medicine, astronaut health monitoring, and radiation protection and life support. The space capsule will have life support and environment control systems. The nose of the original version of the orbital vehicle was free for a docking mechanism, but primary entry was evidently through the side hatch secured by explosive bolts. About 16 minutes after liftoff from the Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sri Harikota, the rocket will inject the spacecraft into an orbit of 300 to 400 kilometers above the Earth. When ready to land, its service module and solar panels will be disposed of from the re-entry. The capsule would return for a parachute splashdown in the Bay of Bengal. Crew module is equipped with two parachutes for redundancy, while one parachute is good enough for safe splashdown. The parachutes would reduce the speed of the crew module from 216 meter per second to under 11 meter per second at splashdown. You would be glad to know, on 22nd January 2020, ISRO announced Vyam Mitra, where Vyam means space and Mitra means friend. A female-looking robot who will accompany other astronauts in the mission. It can detect and give out warnings if environmental changes within the cabin get uncomfortable to astronauts and change the air condition. It can also take up postures suited for launch and tasks and take commands. It has been developed by scientists at the elite Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, in collaboration with ISRO. So finally, I want to tell you that one Gaganyaan National Advisory Council has been created with members from different institutions and industries. First meeting of that council held on 8 June 2019. Gaganyaan National Advisory Council consists of multiple senior officials like Secretaries of Department of Space and Department of Science and Technology, Principal Scientific Advisor to PM, former Chairman of ISRO, Directors of premier academic and research institutions, heads of various Indian industries. This Gaganyaan National Advisory Council discusses overall project status on Gaganyaan, covering technical details as well as collaboration with various national stakeholders. So we expect that India will have grand success in 2021 or in the beginning of 2022. So this is all about Gaganyaan. Friends, if you like my video and want to upgrade your technical knowledge, then please subscribe my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get all the notifications regarding my new videos. So bye bye, have a nice day, be safe.